Mating systems. Mating systems are under the same selective pressure as other behaviors are. So how many mates does an organism have? How long do they stay with those mates? And how much energy are they putting into offspring? These are factors that an animal must consider when choosing a mating system. Often these are common to a single species. Sometimes they're common, they switch depending on environmental conditions. So we're going to go over this basic overview of different mating systems here. This is the second part of the lecture here because it probably would take 2 days. I would probably give a lot more examples in class, but they tell me to keep it simple. And I agree. All right. Mating system. Memorize this chart. This monogamy, polygamy, polyandry, polygyandry, promiscuity. Yep. First off, monogamy. Monogamy. Monogamy is two adult organisms, one male, one female, and they form a pair bond. This pair bond may be seasonal. This pair bond may be lifelong. This is often because the offspring take a lot of energy to raise. An emperor penguin chick is going to take 2 adults to raise it. One to sit on the egg, one to go forage. Comes back with food, goes back. Feeds the chick, goes back. Takes 2 parents to raise one emperor chick's offspring per year. So those 2 parents are going to stay together for the length of the time that they're, till death do they part, realistically. Beavers, very similar, at least for a couple of seasons, now till death do they part, of course. There's often no sexual dimorphism in this because there's no need to attract a lot of mates because you're only going for one. There's no need to be the sexiest organism in the bunch because if there's a roughly 50 to 50 male to female ratio, which there usually is, just about everyone's going to get a mate. So monogamy, there is natural selection for a lot of parenting. Now, fun things, a lot of birds are monogamous, which means they're going to mate with one male this year and another male the next year. It's called serial monogamy. It's common actually in a lot of societies. It's serial monogamy, mate with one, then when the offspring are raised, mate with another. If the offspring takes years and years to raise, like with elephants, though, it tends to be more useful to be long-term monogamous. Birds also have a surprising amount of cheating. So they may mate with a less desirable male and then just go have an offspring by the other male. And yeah, that's where we get our term cuckold from, the cuckoos laying eggs in someone else's nests. Anyway, monogamy, moving on to polygamy. There are 3 forms of polygamy. First off is polygamy. Like the deer. Deer can have 1 buck, several does. That is polygamy. Elephant seals, there's one big beachmaster elephant seal and then a whole harem of females. So this is polygamy. And this is a common situation where the male is going to be highly ornamented, have behavior that fights off other males to try to maintain a certain number of females. Polygamy, several females. Polyandry, on the other hand, is a female and several males. Like pipefish. A female will lay her eggs on several males, and the males will take care of the young. A spotted sandpiper will lay her eggs in a whole bunch of clutches with one male watching each clutch. That's polyandry. Polygyandry is a little more confusing. And that's where I really rethought this lecture to kind of break it down. Let's say we have 2 lions, and they're brothers. And they're going to mate with some female lions. Have a bunch of cubs here. Look, 2 brothers there. How nice. So here's the lion pride. 2 males, 2 unrelated females, and a whole bunch of cubs. Now in this case, all of these cubs are genetically related. So if these two are 50%, because brothers are 50% genetically related on average, then each of these cubs are 25% related or 50% related. So all of the cubs are related. So this lion will protect all of these cubs because they're technically all related to him in some way. That's 25% relatedness right there. So that male gains fitness from protecting the whole herd. Pride. It's a pride. The whole pride of lions. And that's kin selection. So that's basically a third lion that would be maybe related. This lion over here, he's ugly. His name's Leroy. And he's related as well to these males. If he does not have any cubs, he's still going to get 25% relatedness to every cub, even if he doesn't have any himself. If his only job is lying around, then he would be wise to watch after the cubs because each one of them represents some fitness for him. And this is why lion groups, they'll often have 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 male lions, even if some of those male lions don't get to mate, because they get fitness through their brothers mating. Next, promiscuity. Promiscuity means there's just no pair bonds. It's not one male and several females, or one female and several males, or, pride. It's just no pair bonds. They just mate. The male brings sperm to the table, a mating area, and the female brings eggs, and they mate. The female may go off and lay those fertilized eggs and care for them, but the male's not even going to call her back. So that's the idea with promiscuity. And this means that the male has to spend all his energy on display to show that he is the best. And this is where we have, this is a great YouTube video on satin bowerbirds. I mean, it is good. It is some high quality stuff right there. So I really recommend you watch it. There's also the blue grouse, Himalayan monal pheasant, birds of paradise. These are all things you should look up. Look at the mating display, the amount of energy that the male puts into this. It's his life. And raising offspring, really not for him. But that might work if only one parent is needed. In this case, only one adult is needed to raise the offspring. But 2 adults are needed to make the offspring. Then one of those adults simply doesn't need to do a darn thing. Just needs to provide sperm. And that's it. And that's why promiscuity may arise if the needs of the offspring are very low, as opposed to the needs of the offspring being very high, which results in monogamy. That's it. Short lecture.